Tim, and welcome to Watch You Want. Thanks for logging on. Today, we're looking at a unique early Vacheron Constantin overseas chronometer, reference 42040. You can see this early overseas on our website, watchyouwant.com. Purchase it there if you like. And if you enjoy these videos, please subscribe to our YouTube channel, Watch You Want Inc. Now, this is a fantastic example of the first generation of the now 20-year-old Vacheron Constantin overseas range. 2016 marks the second decade of the model that brought Vacheron into the sports watch segment for good. Inspired by the lines of the seminal 1977 reference 222, designed by a young Jörg Heisek, not Gerald Genta, the overseas has a classic proportion to it inasmuch as it has the 70s style cushion case with elaborately integrated full bracelet. And on my wrist, 6 1/3 inches, 16 centimeters in circumference, the watch wears incredibly easy. Now, this is a 37mm case, but the bare measurements don't really tell the tale. I want to emphasize that 37mm is the breadth across what's nominally the round portion of the case. Now, the watch is a rather robust 49mm from the end of the lug, which is actually this point right here. There's an outcropping on both sides that is not part of the bracelet and represents the outermost extremity of the watch. So it actually has a very full wrist presence. In spite of the fact that it's a 37, it wears much closer to a modern super case Rolex Oyster 40. Now, it has an incredibly low profile, being only 8.5mm thick. We're well into Royal Oak jumbo territory here. So 8.5mm, and once it nestles into the wrist, it does have a slightly rounded case back. This will clear any dress cuff or tight sleeve. Ergonomically, it's a real champ. Now, everything that touches the wrist is of outstanding quality. The bracelet is wonderfully flexible and supple, and you can actually see the unique treatment, not only featuring channels in between the individual links, but you can see it's entirely polished on the bottom. So not only does it not pull hair or pinch skin, but it has a finish of a grade I have never experienced on a sports watch from any brand, be it Audemars Piguet, Patek Philippe, you name it. This is completely unique. Now, externally, in the 70s inspired spirit of the great integrated bracelet watches that inform this design, you can see that the bracelet is elaborately finished. Now, polished externally, it is brushed on the hoods of the lugs, with the channels in between them polished elaborately for contrast and also channeled for depth and visual distinction. It is very nicely done. It's as beautiful as anything you'll see on a Royal Oak or a Nautilus. And it terminates in a double deployant clasp that's one of the most unique I've seen. It features both a slider and then a Maltese cross motif clamshell to keep this bracelet abundantly secure. Now, it established the overseas tradition of the embossed full-rigged ship on the case back. So the full-rigged ship, a reference to Francois Constantin's early 19th century journeys to North America, the United States and Canada. At this point, Vacheron established a long-lasting relationship with one of its most important markets that it maintains to this day, and it bears tribute to that seminal moment with the overseas emblem, the full-rigged ship, a reference to that great journey that brought Vacheron for good to the New World. And since then, we've seen special models such as the railroad chronometer that Vacheron released for U.S. use during the late 19th century, the American models, the cushion cases, asymmetric, the first driver's watches that inspired the modern Le Historique collection, 1921 American, but the overseas is something entirely different. Now, the watch may be named with an historically evocative term, but it's anything but a vintage reference. Now, you can see the profile of the case features a bold sport-style Maltese cross raised bezel. Now, this is distinct from the porthole style reference that Gerald Genta used on his Nautilus and the Royal Oak. This one is distinctively Vacheron inasmuch as the Maltese cross motif recapitulates the form of the links of the bracelet as well as the clamshell Maltese cross motif of the clasp itself. And for good measure, we have an applied white gold Vacheron marquee at 12 o'clock to remind you whose house this is. Now, the dial is wonderful. It features a combination of faceted and polished hour indices with an advanced tritium loom. This one produced closer to the 1996 debut of the line, still features tritium, and it's faded beautifully. Now, it has a wonderful dark blue, a navy blue, appropriate to a nautically themed sports watch, that gives this watch an incredible combination of the white metal dark dial look, something that I feel aesthetically works with any attire and is just handsome on any wrist. A beautiful watch. This is a fantastic early edition of the Overseas, sporting an elegance that, in my opinion, has yet to be surpassed by these models, even in the year 2016. Now, the nice thing about this one is that it features a Girard-Perregaux caliber 3100 doing business as the Vacheron Constantin caliber 1310. You can see it is an ultra-thin automatic, 27 joules, also COSC chronometer certified, a rare appearance of a chronometer certified Girard-Perregaux pusher caliber. This one features both a quick set and hacking seconds, so you can easily synchronize this COSC certified Swiss chronometer to an accurate reference clock or quartz watch. Now, the watch also features a 46-hour power reserve, and the efficient automatic winding system uses the more efficient unidirectional winding mechanism, so it tops off that power reserve quickly. You can see this early, first-of-the-line Vacheron Constantin Overseas chronometer, reference 42040 in stainless steel, 37mm, and purchase it on our website, watchyouwant.com.